All right, here's my disastrous house. Uh, Presumably, this could be the house from The Wizard of Oz that ended up in the tornado and got buried in the ground. So if this blue is the sky and this brown is the ground, then my house is buried well underground with part of it sticking above. Now, this is not just a funny problem in drawing, but it's a practical problem, because if I'm going to 3D print this house, it will only be able to 3D print above this line. So I'm going to have my house sitting flat on the ground rather than buried. And I want my house right side up too, because if you look at this house from the end, I have to have a flat surface to begin printing. I can't easily print from a point and go upwards. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to rotate my house so my house is flat. Here's how you do it. On the left-hand side, grab the cursor, draw a big box to select the whole object. Notice that the whole thing became polka dotted and light blue, so that means I have my entire house selected. And if I went around to the other side, you would see that no matter which angle you look from, yes, in fact, you have selected the whole house. All right. So the next job is, how will I turn my house or rotate my house so that it is flat with the horizon? Once you have selected your whole house, go over here in my large tool set and use this, which is the rotate tool. Click here. Notice that depending on where you put your cursor, you can have different protractors. This protractor is angled, parallel with the floor of my house. This is green, this is parallel with your computer screen. And this is blue, this is parallel with the ground. Now I want to rotate my house this time parallel with my computer screen. Okay? So I'm going to click on this corner, click, and I'm going to click on this other corner, click. Now I left click and hold, and I will be able to rotate my house around so that it's flat with the horizon. Now notice some words popped up there, on red axis. That means that my house is now parallel with the red axis. Well, that sounds fantastic. Let's go back here to my regular cursor tool. Notice it's still selected. I'm going to click here to unselect it. I'm going to now use my orbit tool to say, great, my house is now level. But the only problem is it's not on the ground.